In this video, we are covering my biggest challenge in scaling my Amazon business. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Brad Sherman, seven-figure seller. And on this channel, we explore tips, strategies, and experiences that I have had that will help you start and scale up your Amazon FBA business. I want to be real with you guys, going along with the theme of my past several videos in that raw, unedited, and what it's really like to sell on Amazon. Before we jump into it, if you guys do enjoy these videos and you like the content that I'm putting out, it really helps the videos out when you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well to stay up to date on all future content. And if you guys haven't seen the other content on my channel that goes into detail about sourcing the right kinds of companies, contacting those brands, closing more deals, and shipping your products into Amazon, make sure to check out those other videos. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. My biggest challenge in growing my business over the past couple of years has been the balance between inventory and cash. And I know that might not be something that you were expecting to hear. Oh, it's so hard to close wholesale accounts or, find suppliers to work with. All of them tell me no. But that has not been a challenge of mine. It was in the beginning when I first started because I didn't have the skills and experience and understanding of what suppliers' pain points were. But over the years, I've been able to understand that, gain the experience, and put myself in a more competitive position with suppliers. As you guys have seen on past videos on my channel, I focus on providing value over the phone and building a close-knit relationship with the supplier so that I can then introduce the possibility of an exclusive brand direct agreement. If you guys haven't seen my video on how to close more wholesale accounts, make sure to check out the link above. This video is going to focus on my biggest challenge today and the one that I have faced mostly over the past couple of years. Amazon is very much so different than an eBay or running your own Shopify store in that Amazon pays you every 2 weeks and you have to coordinate your cash flow with when Amazon's going to pay you, how much they're going to pay you. Basically, you got to play by their rules. It's a great platform, Amazon, but you still have to work around the challenges that they present you with. And because of this every 2 week pay structure, you can structure your purchases with your suppliers and your continuous cash flow around this to put you in a more successful position. When I say my two biggest challenges are cash and inventory, in that there's never enough cash and there's always too much inventory opportunities, let's say. I constantly have opportunities presented to me to purchase, new products that we're going to sell in our business. So I'm at a point now where I have to pick and choose, what are the best. I want to get the cream of the crop and make my dollar go as far as I can. And that might mean, this opportunity seems so excellent today, but there's always another opportunity down the road. Another important tip and nugget, if you will, is that never get attached one deal or one product that you think is going to, make you tons and tons of money. I would absolutely focus on pursuing something that, you believe to be a profitable opportunity for your business. But I've been there before. You almost get blinders in that you see this opportunity and you can't see beyond it and opportunities that are going to come up down the road. Because if you're continuing to, reach out to suppliers using the strategies that we've talked about on the channel, you're going to constantly have opportunity thrown your way. This being said, you might have to forego on purchasing certain products that are of a lesser profit or long-term opportunity than others just from a cash perspective. In growing a seven-figure wholesale Amazon business, it's required me to be very in tune with my cash flow trends in that how much is Amazon paying us? What are we allocating to our supplier net 30 accounts? What are we allocating to pay down credit cards? How much are we putting back into the business and, putting into a savings account? How much am I paying myself? So this, constant management of cash flow and financial and debt leverage responsibility has been my biggest challenge in growing my Amazon business. I see opportunity everywhere. I'm presented with it every day, and it's very easy to, leverage up to the gills and buy everything. But, that's not sustainable and healthy long term for a business. There's nothing wrong with going into a certain growth phase of your business where maybe you're using leverage at a higher rate than you are at another point in your business. For example, that's where we are today. For me, in my business right now in Q4, during this time that I'm making this video, we're in November, and we took out a line of credit in order to pay for a lot of the inventory that we're not going to see the return until sometime around Christmas. And because of that, we're in a growth phase. I'm also building a pipeline of exclusives with suppliers, which is going to require capital down the road. So that's why I've secured a new line of credit for my business, because on the horizon, we have new purchasing opportunities to help grow the company. I'm not going to tell you that I don't use debt to grow. In my business, we very much so use debt, very in tune with the debt that I use, meaning I understand what interest am I paying, if any, how does that factor into our bottom line. It's always run off a formula and an algorithm, in the sense that you have to know your numbers. As you grow, if you don't know your numbers on the ground level when you're just starting, have a couple products in inventory, making very little money, you don't know your numbers and you don't keep your numbers in check as you grow, it's just going to spiral out of control. Knowing my numbers has been very important. Right now, I'm in the process, or I'm just starting the process of transitioning to a new accounting system where we're going to use the A2X accounting with, say, a QuickBooks, which are accounting softwares that are going to just put me way more in tune with my trends as a business. We have an accounting software already, but it's not necessarily optimal for the growth that we've gotten to. I'm sitting, I'm going back to the drawing board now at this point in my business 4 years down the road, and I'm saying to myself, how can we be even more in tune with the numbers than we already are? And I'm very much so focused on the numbers and accounting and health of the business, and that is why we're honing in again and seeing how can we, be even more in tune with that, and how can we use these numbers, continue to grow and stay profitable and get more profitable even as we grow. So my biggest challenge at this point in my business, and probably over the past couple years as we've grown, has been the cash flow management, and with Amazon paying you every 2 weeks, and managing the leverage side of the business with debt, managing the cash that you have in the bank, and purchasing inventory, right? Allocating a certain percentage to inventory, allocating a certain percentage to cash, and potential new opportunities in the future. I've been there before where, you have basically no money in the bank and you have a bunch of inventory in stock, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. It's directly tied to, products that are going to sell. Because in wholesale, we are able to see on a Keepa chart how much inventory has sold, and we're able to look at that not just last year, but the year before and the year before, and we're able to use this data to equip ourselves with a very knowledgeable decision, in that you're not just creating a product from scratch, going sort of off the size of the market and the overall market research and competitive landscape. That's more of a private label business model, which is a little bit more risky but could potentially have higher reward. In wholesale, we are literally looking at the data of a product or multiple products before we invest in it, and then we're seeing that data come true because we've seen it year after year through Keepa. So if you guys don't have Keepa, download it immediately and pay for the upgraded version. It only costs about $20 a month, and it's going to save you thousands upon thousands of dollars in growing and scaling your business. So that being said, because I'm very much so in tune with the trends and the Keepa charts and really understanding the data prior to making a purchase, I might be able to go deeper in a certain category. My biggest challenge as I've grown my business is managing that cash and, managing the inventory side of the business, having that just-in-time inventory, not too much inventory to where you're holding and having excess stock and it's hurting other opportunities, but also not enough to where the point where you're running out of inventory. So wholesale on Amazon is very much so an inventory intensive business, requires you to carry multiple different SKUs. So being in tune with those trends, understanding your accounting and cash flow is going to save you thousands, if not millions long term. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well if you enjoy this type of content that I'm putting out. When you guys like the video, It really helps out the videos in the algorithm, so I appreciate it when you do that. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Share the video with a friend if you think someone else could learn from this in selling on Amazon. And if you guys, again, have not seen the other videos on my channel, make sure to scroll through the channel to check them out if you want to see more about how to close more brand direct deals, how to ship your products into Amazon, and how to start your Amazon FBA business from scratch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.